I decided to do this video on these mass shootings and this unfortunate incidents that we've gone through in Texas. First and foremost, my deepest condolences to all the victims' families. There's no word or condolence that could describe or sedate their pain. If I was in their shoes, the only sedation that I would get from it is that these poor innocent children are in heaven, and that's a fact. So that's the only positive thing that we could say about this incident, because they are at the age of accountability. They were like 6 years old, 7 years old, so I have no doubt that they are in heaven. That said, I want to give some facts, actual facts, and statistics on mass shootings, true facts, and not facts according to made-up statistics from the news media, the controlled news media. So according to the news media and all those statistics out there, we've had 27 school shootings this year, and I would like to start off by saying that is not accurate. Let me tell you how they get to this mass shooting incidents, 27. Let me tell you how they got to 27. It's not 27, by the way. I'll give you the true number. This is according to Education Week, which defines school shootings. This is how they define school shootings. Is, let's say, I'm a student and I have an argument in the parking lot with another student, and we stab each other or we shoot each other, or it doesn't even have to, none of them even have to die. They could, shoot somebody. I could shoot somebody in the leg and somebody ending up in a hospital. That's considered mass shootings. So the 27 mass shootings that we are told incidents this year is not accurate, because those are the things that they include. Okay, but a true mass shooting is supposed to be 4 or more people. Okay, and the true number, according to this Education Week, it's basically a magazine it's associated with all schools, and it's only 13. Ladies and gentlemen, we've only had, since 1966, we've only had 13 incidents in the last year of mass shootings. So how do we get to 27? I just told you how they got to 27, okay? It's 13, it's not 27. 13 incidents in the last year since 1966. So 146 people in total. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you a lot of stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, let me give you another statistic. Since 2009, this is between 2009 and 2020, 1,200 people have been killed in mass shootings. 1,200 people within this 10-year period. Okay, so that is 114 people. And I don't even believe the statistics. I think they just exaggerate it. But let's just, for the sake of argument, 114 people killed a year from mass shootings. 114 people killed a year from mass shootings. How many people are killed by drunk drivers? 32 people a day. 32 people a day are killed by drunk drivers. Okay. How many people are killed from drug overdose? 100,000 people a year. Okay, so this is versus 114 people in mass shootings. How many million innocent children are brutally murdered and tortured in the mother's womb, and sometimes outside of the mother's womb, which they're trying to make it legal? How many? 1.2 million a year. How many a day? 3,500 innocent children are being slaughtered, okay, legally by your government, by the mothers, by their fathers, by evil people. Innocent children are not seeing the light of the day. They are literally being cut in pieces, tortured. Their brain is being suctioned out. You know, they take their healthy body parts out and, organ, and they sell their organs, whatever. This is the problem. This is the problem that I have with these gun regulations and these mass shootings. Listen, until you fix that problem, don't bring any other problem. Am I against mass shootings? Of course. You'll be an idiot to think that I am not against that. But until you fix torturing, killing little babies in their mother's womb and sometimes outside of the womb, 3,500 every single day, then come and talk to me. So those of you who say, oh, why didn't God stop those mass shootings? I don't know. Why doesn't God stop, you killing your baby? Why doesn't he stop you killing your baby? Why doesn't he stop you aborting your baby? So don't give me that. So let me tell you something. Everybody is equal in God's eye. So abortion is murder and mass shooting is murder. So don't give me that garbage and put one issue that we have on the pedestal and the other issue don't work, and you're just ignoring the other problem. So it just doesn't make any sense. And what I have a problem with is that these people have an agenda that they're trying to do. And the agenda, as we all know, is that they are trying to take my and your Second Amendment away. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, and most of you don't know. I'm sorry, but most people are ignorant these days, okay? They don't teach you anything in schools, apparently. But the Second Amendment was not necessarily created to protect citizens, innocent citizens from, like law-abiding citizens from criminals or citizens amongst themselves, not necessarily, though it was created for that as well. But the number one reason that the Second Amendment was created by our fathers in this country, in our country, was to protect you and me from the government. What? Yeah, that's the Second Amendment. Go learn. The Second Amendment was created to protect law-abiding citizens from corrupted government. Oh, my government is not corrupted, really? Look what happened, just a little example. Look what happened in Australia. Look at the draconian laws that they had. They were literally, the police were kind of like torturing people and just beating people up for getting chips from the street because they couldn't leave their apartment, so they would beat them up. Why did you leave your apartment? Oh, I wanted to get food. No, you have no right to get food. You already had your food today. I mean, think about what your government will do and why they are so adamant in taking your guns away. So they bring these unfortunate situations and like this mass shooting, the unfortunate thing that's happened, and they use it. They use it to make their agendas. I mean, it just pisses me off because there's just so much misinformation in regards to these mass shootings. For example, the media, ladies and gentlemen, I heard one of the pastors was talking about this. It's the statistics that they do, that how many lives, like thousands of lives, are saved due to guns. And these are due to law-abiding citizens having guns during like mass shooting incidents that actually saved lives because they had a gun themselves, okay? I believe, it was like 1,000 lives a year or something, but you never see the media talk about this. You never see the media talk about, oh, because this person had a gun, he shot or she shot the perpetrator that was trying to kill these children, or that was trying to do this mass shooting in a theater, in malls, in schools, and they kill the perpetrator, but that's never publicized. The media never publicizes about that. These are statistics. There are thousands of lives that has been saved due to somebody like me or you having a gun. Imagine what would have happened if even the teacher had a gun, okay? This would not have happened. And imagine what would happen if, I don't know, they spend money on protecting our schools. I mean, you say you have no money to get a security guard, maybe 2 security guards in a school. If you had armed security guards, even 1 security guard, this would never have happened. But you don't have it because you say, according to our government, we have no money to protect the most innocent things, the most important things in the world, our children, our innocent children, our schools. But yet you have no problem sending $40 billion to Ukraine, a country that's not even my country, so I could care. I'm sorry. I'm a citizen of this country. We first have to protect our citizens, especially our innocent children. So I really don't care about anything else. My first important thing for me personally is children, even other people's children. Children are very important. You don't play with that. But they don't want to do that because they want to take your guns away. That's all they want to do. They want to take our freedoms away. And you know, the reason why this country has flourished so much, it's been such a beautiful, wonderful country, blessed country, is because our fathers made sure that they created a constitution that the people control the government and not otherwise, because they ran away from governments like that, from kings like that, who controlled the people. They wanted to create a nation that controlled the government. I choose you to do my job, to do the job. That's how they created our government. So you need to keep that in mind. Your government doesn't want you to forget that. Go read the Constitution. The Constitution was created for me and for you to basically, you are going to control the government. The government doesn't control you. You control the government. How do you control the government? You choose the government to do the jobs and to vote for you. So we are a republic. First of all, we are not a democratic country, okay? If you say we're a democratic country is every single person has to vote. Like every single person has to go in, for example, the White House, in order for it to be a democracy, right? Every single person has to participate in the government. So you're not a democracy, which was during Roman times. It's impossible. We are too much. We are a republic. What's a republic? So the difference between democracy and republic. A republic is I choose you to go to the White House and to make laws that I tell you to make, or to basically like to vote for the law. So when one hand, let's say when Nancy Pelosi votes, that means all California chose her to vote for that. You know what I mean? So that's a republic, ladies and gentlemen. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. We choose one person or 2 people to basically like raise their hands and to say that, yes, we want this. So she doesn't say, I want this. She says, we want this, which is like, I don't know, 300,000 or 30 million people in California. I don't know how many people. So that's the difference between democracy and republic. Another fact is that most of these shootings, almost all these incidents of mass shootings is done in gun-free zones, in schools, in malls, and in theaters, and in other places, in churches, where they know for sure that it's a gun-free zone. They're not going to go into a federal building and do mass shooting, no, because there are guns there, right? They're protected, so they make sure that it's a gun-free zone. So that tells you that imagine if you take guns and make more strict laws and regulations for law-abiding citizens, what's going to flourish? The black market is going to flourish. The black market is going to flourish. And people that are not supposed to have guns will have guns and will still do your mass shootings. And the people that are supposed to have guns to protect those perpetrators from mass shootings, they're not going to have guns. So that's proof to you that these psychos don't go to gun zones. No, they go to gun-free zones in order to kill people. Okay? And another thing that I have a problem with, I actually copied this from another pastor that I heard last time, is he did really make sense. You know, when they keep on saying, don't sell guns to crazy people, to mentally ill people. Now, he said, what defines a mentally ill person? Like, a lot of people, I mean, they could define me as a mentally ill person because I'm a born-again Christian. I mean, you remember they were saying that our vice president was mentally ill because he talks in tongues, he talks to God. Sarah Palin, she talks like Jimmy Swaggart in tongues. She has the Holy Spirit. She's mentally ill. This should tell you something. So the question is, if they really accomplish this mentally, not selling guns to mentally ill people, who defines mentally ill? They will define born-again Christians as mentally ill and stop selling guns to born-again Christians. And this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Everything is written in the Bible. Christians have always been massacred for their Christianity, and it's still going to happen. I do believe that in the last days, we are going to go through fiery trials and tribulations and perhaps massacres and, you know, racism towards Christianity, you know, segregations. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Little by little, that's what they're doing. They're not stupid. Don't sell guns to mentally ill people. Mentally ill people. Who defines mentally ill people? Oh, she's mentally ill person. She's a mentally ill person. You know, she hates gays. She hates homosexuality, so she might shoot them or something. So don't sell her or him a gun. Do you see what could happen? Do you see what can happen when you take your freedoms away? When they take your freedoms away little by little, you will lose everything little by little. So do not ever allow anyone to take your freedoms away. You did see how many people die from drunk drivers. Do you see them abolishing cars? No. Do you see them doing anything about that? No. Overdose? They're legalized, everything is legalized? I mean, marijuana is legalized? And don't tell me marijuana is not a drug. Yes, it is. Anything that alters your brain is a drug, okay? If alcohol kills people, marijuana kills people too. So don't bring me that garbage. So until you fix all those problems that kill way more people, like 300 times more people than mass shootings, don't bring me that garbage of taking my guns away, taking ARs away, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to get my opinion out there. Thank you.